Simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Auburn Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers' offense will get first crack at it today. Auburn pulled out a thriller the last time these two met in the Iron Bowl.
And I was so impressed last year with just Auburn's physicality. They beat up Alabama. They did it in the trenches. They did it running the football. That was a statement win in the Iron Bowl last season.
A huge win that they can build on, because you know how Auburn's looked at in the state of Alabama. They're the little brother. They're not respected as much. Win 2 in a row, start to gain some of that respect back from these Elephant fans.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Got the first down and more. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They are gashing this defense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab on the left. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Unloads quickly. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
Under fire. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17. Down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
Really nice play call there, because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football. Instead, they throw it, catch them off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. This crowd knows when to bring it. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Touchdown, Auburn! They grab the early lead.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number 1.
That's reeled in. It's Melton. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got an open man. There he goes to the right. Pass to touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Floats it out in space. Ball is loose. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
Man, that's one of those where you just go,
and wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. He's got him. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game. And
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. When you play in a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Darius is when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line. On the edge is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. We've had some early scores. They got the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Toss sweep right. Explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. There he goes. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Motion from the wide receiver. Off play action. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack. .47.
5 yards on the play. Brings up third down. On the set.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Melton. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knock him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds a man on the right. Great spot to attack. Right off the turnover, try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover and you get the ball back on offense, attack, attack, attack. Use the momentum. Try to make a big play.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. It's complete to the left. Jumped on top of the pile.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone read. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Terrific catch and run before he stopped.
That route is a man-beater, and the quarterback knew exactly where to go with it. He got the look he wanted, put it out in front of the receiver, let him do the rest, yards after the catch, setting up first and goal.
Looking to throw. Big fella moving. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Snap to the back. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Keep bringing the heat like that, and you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
Man, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the offense, but he ruled the defense, making big plays, getting in the backfield, getting after quarterbacks.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab past the marker. Looks like Alabama will pick up the first down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. He's simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on fourth down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on fourth. Quarterback making adjustments. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. So here comes the offense.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on fourth down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Off the play fake on first down. Got his man downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. And he strides his way in. Touchdown Tigers! They'll try to add another to their lead.
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game, but defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB is looking for.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll return it. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, and create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, and get a little juju going.
These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Working that left side now. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Looking for the score, and he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Alabama!
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
I like it. Nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that 2-point conversion.
Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense has enough time to get off the play before we head to the half. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Tigers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it back looking for help. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a story.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Here's the handoff. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already tripped, breaks into the open. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Great job by the running back here on that 3rd down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these 3rd down type plays to move the stats.
At the 35, he's got room. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Bama! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He wants to throw it. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they trail by only 1. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job using his hands, and then he's able to fight his way to the inside. At the end of the day, he just wanted that football more.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here comes that Alabama offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, And it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Setting up the screen. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like... you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. He has the first and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. Quarterback making checks. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit them right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end right there.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Gentry. This defense makes a play, stopping him well short, and it'll be 4th down from the 24. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, going to the air. Complete out of the backfield. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one swing.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Touchdown time! And an epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They want to throw it. Sweet grab in the end zone for the 2.
And it's more common to throw for the 2-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You can tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice 2-point conversion.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years, too. After they do that, they come after your quarterback.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Finds the tight end. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll try to get outside. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Brings up 2nd down.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Rushes on him. A strike downfield. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Handoff to the lone back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen.
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the 4th quarter.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And
it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Back open in the middle.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down to try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Wide open downfield. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. Fourth down, needed conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big fourth down conversion.
There he goes. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and his offense is threatening with a first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. And he is marked out of bounds after another big game. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Quarterback sneaks it ahead. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
We're late in the game now. You've got the lead. You want to run the football. If you can generate a few first downs running the ball now, you can take these seconds and...
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
It's caught.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. After picking up the first down, they still have to move quickly here. Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. On the run, fires downfield. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. 8th play of the drive coming up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time? Breaking on the ball. It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Toss sweep to the left. Creates a little space. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. He now has 106 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They go to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Alabama.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Here they're trying to get it to the edge. And they get it on the ground, and that's going to do it. Ball game is over. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.